My name is Bobby Wilson. I'm Sisseton, Wahpeton, Dakota, and I grew up in the Twin Cities here in Minnesota. So, I guess I'll go into like a little bit about me. So I grew up in really like disjointed family, like an abusive father and stuff like that. We lived in battered women's shelters and homeless shelters through most of my teenage years. And then I lived in a youth group home for 2 years until I turned 18. And so dealing with homelessness and displaced family members and all of the trauma that comes with that sort of lifestyle growing up and kind of feeling like a victim of circumstance constantly, I found strength in individuals who helped me throughout those times. And in a lot of cases, those individuals were really healthy cultural leaders. So I was really fortunate to have that sort of thing, to have people like that looking out for me, even when I felt like I didn't have family or I felt like nobody cared. The reality was that there were people that actually did care and were helping me to become a stronger, healthier individual over time. And those sort of connections and relationships were really invaluable to the rest of my life, when it came to developing as a healthy adult. I know a lot of people that I grew up around in those kinds of circumstances. Like a lot of people my age didn't always have that from people, or they rejected that a lot of times when people were just trying to help. And a lot of times you feel like you're alone or there's nobody out there for you. There really are, but you have to be open to it and receptive to it, because really, you give a lot of power away. Everybody has all this personal power that they're born with, that they live with, and for every circumstance that you allow to get you down and become more resistant to, then you give a lot of that power away. And it's really unfortunate, but there's not a lot of value though in looking at your life and looking at other people's lives and saying that that's messed up, or devaluing somebody else's struggle or comparing yourself to somebody else, And so I think a lot of that is figuring out who you are and what it is that you want in your life, and then striving for that. And it's with little things too. It's for people in school, it's oh man, that's really hard. I don't think I can pass this math test, or I don't think I can do this science assignment, or whatever it is. And as long as you keep thinking that or telling yourself that, then that you create your own reality out of that. And actually, I had an old painting teacher. Actually, he was more of a mentor, not a school teacher, but just a guy that used to have me paint, teach me how to paint big walls and stuff like that. He told me, you see somebody say who's somebody that you don't like that's really famous, and I was like, I guess I would say Eminem. I don't really like him. And he'd go, okay, that's a good example. So Eminem, how is he famous? How does he do what he does? When there's so many people that are like, I don't like that guy. This is how he does it. He doesn't let all those people who say, I don't like this dude, he doesn't let that get him down, and he doesn't stop him from doing what he does. And if he did, then he would fail. He would fail constantly, because he would be too worried about what other people think about him. It was the silliest thing, but it was so simple that I was like, you know what, you're right. If people are going to get down on the work that I do or the work that you do, and you let them, or you let that stuff really affect you, then it can really have a huge negative impact on you actually achieving something. And so I think a lot of my success is based on the fact that I allow myself that room to grow, and I can be critical of what it is that I do without getting down on myself. I can just say, you know, I could have done that better. I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna try something different. So.